My name is Dave Burke. I'm one half of Hemisphere Games. Some of you might know Eddie Boxerman and I as the guys behind the indie hit title Osmos. We've got a new project we've been working on called Karmaka. Karmaka will be available on Kickstarter in January 2016. The game features the stunning artwork of painter Marco Bucci. Let's check out the game. So Karmaka is a card game. Comes with obviously a deck of cards, 64 cards. We've got some player reference cards as well. These are sort of quick cheat sheets for the rules. There's 2 right here. The final game will have 4 because it's a 2 to 4 player game. This is the karmic ladder. This is the scoreboard for the game. We've got these little resin tokens. In the final game, these will actually be a designed monk meeple. We've got a rule book and also the karmic rings. These are chipboard tokens that are used in scoring. Okay, here's a game that's set up for 2 players. In Karmaka, everybody starts with 4 cards in their hand and a personal deck of 2 cards. There's also a central draw pile called the well. We've got the karmic ladder, we've got enough rings for 2 players, and we're ready to go. So the central kind of piece of the game is this karmic ladder. This is showing the overall narrative of the game. Players start off as the lowly dung beetle. The objective of the game is a race to enlightenment. So the game is played life after life. Every life is defined by the cards in your hand. When your life ends, you score your achievements in that life, and if you've scored enough points to have lived as a successful dung beetle, then you reincarnate up a rung on the karmic ladder. If you didn't score enough points, in other words, if you weren't a good enough dung beetle, you have to play more cards or live another life as a dung beetle. So you fall behind in the race. Your opponent might have moved up and you didn't. Ultimately, it's a race to enlightenment. So let's start the game off here for 2 players. We'll put the ladder over here. Both players start off as the dung beetle. Okay, let's take a look at the cards now. I've got a hand of cards here. Cards have 4 colors in Karmaka. There's blue cards, which are wily and sly. Green cards, which tend to be bountiful and quick. There's red cards, which are nihilistic and violent. And finally, these mosaic cards, which are like chameleons. They're wild cards. They can match anything. Cards come in 1, 2, and 3 points. And cards also have an ability. For example, this card Thievery says, take a rival's exposed deed into your hand. All right, Karmaka's a turn-based game, so players take turn playing cards. We've set the game up here for 2 players, so I'll just go ahead and give an example of how you play. Every turn, a player will draw a card from the deck, from their personal deck, and play a card from their hand. Now, there's 3 ways to play a card. I can play a card for its points simply by taking a card and putting it down in front of me. So in this case, I've scored 2 blue points. I can play a card for its ability. So for example, I might play Destiny for its ability. Destiny says, look at the top 3 cards of the well and place up to 2 onto my future life. So when I do that, I'll put Destiny on the table. I'll draw 3 cards from the well. Let's see what I've got here. These are actually, oh, these are 2 nice cards, 2 green ones, and place 2 of them on my future life. So I'll take these 2 and put them in my future life. Now my future life pile is a set of cards that will become my opening hand in the next life. More on that in a minute. So when you play a card for its ability, it comes with a karmic cost. Namely, once I'm finished resolving what the card says, my rival can choose to take this card into their future life. So if she wants it, she says, sure, I'll take that, put it in my future life. So in the next life, that card will be in her hand to come back and haunt me. So what goes around comes around. Everything I do in this life, I'll face again in the next life. Now, the 3rd way to play a card is to voluntarily pass a card into your own future life. So in this case, I've got some green cards in my future, so perhaps I'll take this green card and voluntarily put that card into my future as well, so that I'll have a very strong green future. So the color of the cards that you score is important. At the end of your life, when you have no more cards in your hand or in your deck, your life is considered over. At that time, I score what I've done. And your score is the value of your strongest color. So in this case, all my cards are green. If I had scored these, I'd have 7 points. 7 points is more than the 4 that I need to level up from Dung Beetle to Snake, so woohoo, successful! I reincarnate as a snake. Then these would go to the trash, my future life becomes my new starting hand, and I keep playing.
Score points to ascend, sow the seeds of your next life, and if necessary, sabotage your rivals. But remember, your actions do have consequences in this life and the next.
Thanks a lot for watching the video and checking out our game Karmaka. We hope you've enjoyed it. Karmaka will be available on Kickstarter in January 2016. Be sure to support the Kickstarter campaign and visit our website to learn more.